What is up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to go ahead and go over why I chose a Ram Power Wagon versus all the other trucks in the market. This one's going to be a good one, man. Let me know what kind of truck you drive. Let me know down in the comments. We'll talk about it. But first, all right, so starting off with the capability. So basically when I go out, it's usually just me and my family. I'm not going off-roading with buddies or, on convoys or anything like that. So I wanted something that was capable of getting unstuck should it get stuck. Now, I'm not going to say it's 100% stuck proof, right? Any vehicle is going to get stuck. But I wanted the tools on board, not only the knowledge, but also the tools such as like a front rear locker, a winch, things like that, that already come standard with the Ram Power Wagon. I wanted those already on the truck in case something like that happens. Now, I live in Colorado where there's a lot of snow. There's many cases where a lot of people just end up getting stuck in the snow. They actually leave their cars there and then it snows over their vehicles. And sometimes their vehicles even get totaled for driving into snowbanks and etc. So I wanted something that was going to be capable of getting out of those situations as well as maybe possibly helping someone else. Now with those items that I mentioned, I have some tools that I needed to go ahead and make my odds of being unstuck or basically getting someone else unstuck a little bit better. So the reason why, capability is important to me is if I'm out there by myself. I live in Colorado where there's a lot of dirt roads. So we always plan for going off-roading, right? This weekend we're gonna go off-roading. We plan to take X, Y, and Z. But overall, I mean, driving day to day here in Colorado can definitely be something that you can get stuck from. I live outside of a city where there's a lot of dirt roads. So if the snowplow doesn't clear them out or nothing like that, you're kind of left to fend for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a Ram Power Wagon was definitely the option when it came to the capability of what it has to offer. Secondary, when I chose the Ram Power Wagon, there wasn't really much options for a full-size rig. I did want full size. I have a family. Putting a car seat in the back of a Tacoma, I've seen a lot of people do it. You get what I'm saying, but it's just too small for me. You know what I mean? I got to be taller than my truck sometimes. You know what I mean? No, that's just a side joke. Anyway, but I needed a full size rig. Basically, to fit my whole family. Like I said, when I'm going out there, it's gonna be me and my family, and that's pretty much it. I need room for everyone to be comfortable. You don't want kids in the back in a cramped space ever. If you're ever trying to take them somewhere, you're ever trying to go on a off-road trip or something like that, you don't want to have everyone in a bad mood because that just decreases your chances with the wife to get out more. You know what I mean? So I needed a full-size rig. At the time when I ordered my Power Wagon, the only it was the only full-size rig. Sorry. So as of recently, there is a new truck, smaller version. It's a 1500 or whatever Chevy's version is. But you know what I'm saying? It's also the heavy duty aspect. When you put a truck on a heavy duty frame, it's more, not only for safety, it's more safe, it's more structurally sound, but it's also less likely to get totaled. As I mentioned, cars get totaled here in Colorado Springs just for driving into snowbanks, just for being buried in snow. Cars and trucks will go ahead and they'll get totaled. Or just even in accidents, you know what I mean? When you're purchasing aftermarket items, suspension, wheels, tires, everything that you need for your truck, having a heavy duty frame makes it less likely to be totaled. So that's also a plus, you know what I mean? So that within the safety aspect of it, as well as just how big it is, it's going to keep my family safe in case someone does hit us, something like that. Now, granted, I am in Colorado, as I said once before. You may not be able to take as many small trails as you need. That's also not why I purchased it. Like I said, if I go off-road, it's to do a family event. It's to do something off, we go camping or just off-road, something like that. It's not something to where I'm going on serious trails or nothing like that. On serious expeditions or adventures and nothing like that. I'm not overlanding the truck or nothing like that. So like I said, for me, it works full size. Everyone's fit's comfortable. But for the most part, those are the first couple reasons why I chose Ram Power Wagon. So when I was looking at a Ram Power Wagon, the other vehicle that I considered for purchase was the Ford F-250. I was kind of looking at it close. Now I also looked at a Toyota Tundra. So I looked at all these trucks. Before that, I even wanted a Toyota Tacoma at one point. But Toyota Tacomas are just too small for me personally. So I just couldn't go with that. I couldn't just get a truck and then have it be a Toyota Tacoma and as the same size, the same cabin size as a car, basically, almost. But so other than that, I was looking at a F-250 because I was basically at this point so committed into like a heavy duty truck size that the only two options out there was the F-250 with the Tremor as well as the Ram Power Wagon. Now, I did look at the GMC for a little bit, but I just felt the GMC is just a fancy truck. It's a nice truck, just too fancy for me. I mean, that's like the Cadillac of trucks. You know what I mean? It's just a really nice truck. Something like the president would drive or something like that. But overall, it's too fancy for me. I wanted something more, just, if it gets scratched, I don't have to worry about it, you know what I mean, type deal. But so I was looking at a Ford F-250 with the Tremor as well as a Ram Power Wagon. Now, the reason why I didn't go with the F-250, because I think those trucks are just really nice trucks. I really do. But they just didn't have the front and the rear lockers, as well as I feel the Ram Power Wagon has a more aggressive look to it, more off-roads type than a Ford F-250 with the Tremor. I just do. I think the Ford F-250, like I said, it's a beautiful truck. I just don't feel that it has that off-road look to it, to be completely, straightforward. So looks was a thing, but also having that front and rear locker was a thing. But overall, I still look at those trucks and I'm like, wow, that's a nice truck. You know what I mean? Like, did I make a mistake somewhere getting a Power Wagon or a F-250? You know what I mean? Other than that, those were the only two heavy duty options worth even considering. Like I said, the GMC is just too fancy for me, even though those are great looking trucks too. Just too fancy for me. That's all it comes down to. Like, their styling is just too like Cadillac-esque. You know what I mean? In order to even consider. But yeah, the front and rear lockers got me. Like I said, when I go out, I take everything with me. I'm prepared for something that, you know what I mean, may or may not happen. You know what I mean? So that's the mentality that I have. So when I'm getting in my truck every day, I kind of want my truck to be prepared as well, have everything that it needs in case anything happens. You know what I mean? In Colorado, like I said, one day it could be 70 degrees, in the winter. That evening, it could be, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, let's talk Fahrenheit, or even less than that, right? It just kind of depends on like the temperature, things like that. So different things can definitely happen throughout the day. Dirt roads can get iced up, snow can fall down from the sky, water, what have you. Not only fall down from the sky, but, wash out roads and things like that. It's kind of what I meant with that. But, having those things considering, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that your vehicle is prepared as much as you are. Not only do you have the knowledge to get yourself out of a rut, but you also have the tools equipped with your vehicle. So in reality, I mean, if you want that full size where you can fit your whole family comfortably, however, still have the capability to bug out whenever you need to, because like I said, we talk about going off-road and we plan it, right? But what happens for the unplanned? You're driving along, going to the store, and there's a blackout that occurs. You got to take the back roads because there's traffic jams. It's snowing, it's raining, etc. Is your truck going to be capable for all that on a dime? You know what I mean? And that's kind of my thought process in getting a Ram Power Wagon, that it's just ultimately a preparedness vehicle. I joked earlier about not really going on expeditions or nothing like that, but it is kind of like an expedition vehicle. If it's snowing, things like that, it will get across the snow. I mean, everything's going to get stuck in the snow, but overall, the height, the the power of the Power Wagon. You know, and also it's probably the best sounding engine that I've been in, you know, in a heavy duty truck. I mean, gasoline 6.4 liter, it's really good. I wasn't really worried about towing, you know, trailers and nothing like that. That's not why I bought a heavy duty. More or less just for the off-road capabilities, and I'm glad they brought that to a Power Wagon. So overall, I'm super satisfied with my truck. Let me know if you got a Power Wagon. Let me know the reason why you bought it and what I missed, because I'm sure there's just plenty of things that I missed. I wish we could just sit around in a campfire and talk about it. But other than that, I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Please just like one time for me. That's all you got to do. Just press one time. But other than that, I'll see you guys later. Take care.